Right, so in this video I'm going to show you how to delete the slicer, because as many people probably know, it's a relatively useless function. At least for what I do, I don't find it very useful at all. So I deleted it and added the Keyshift in here instead. I'm going to show you how to do that just now. So basically you need to go into the MIDI section, and I just went to pad and then sort by name, just so they're all at one bit. Unfortunately, I wish they would add this in Rekordbox. You can't like multi-select, can't select multiple things at a time, so it means you've got to delete everything one by one, which obviously a very slow process. So just go to the bottom, because then you can just keep on clicking delete and it will shift down for you. Or right at the top, in fact. There's a lot of stuff to delete here for the slicer, so it's relatively time consuming. You've also got the map. You don't have to map quite as much back in, so it doesn't take as long. Just delete everything to do with the slicer. Once you've deleted all the entries for the slicer, your effects section, your pad section should look something like this. So there's nothing for the slicer, and when you go to the slicer mode on here, there will be nothing. The buttons are just blank. So what you want to do from there, this will be, I've got a file that's already got the Keyshift added, but I think it only works in the SZ because of the way that the buttons are mapped. The MIDI codes won't be the same for other controllers, so I just show you how to do it this way. It's a bit more long way around instead of just adding the file, but it'll work with anything. So if you click, still in the pad section, click the add button, and then you've got here's everything you could add here. You could do whatever you want, but Keyshift, and then you want to add the Keyshift mode to get into it first. Then click learn, and this is where you're going to map the old slicer button to open the Keyshift controls instead. So you press that, and Rekordbox has learnt the code for it. So we'll come off of learn and then click add Keyshift pad 1, and then we'll add pad 1 to here like that. Oh, we need to get to learn. So add Keyshift pad 1, click learn, click the pad. I use this one as pad 0, and Rekordbox has learnt it. And you want the MIDI out code to be there as well, because it won't light up otherwise. You can put a comment in if you want. I just put like Keyshift pad 1 deck 1, like that, something like that, just so you know what you're doing, you don't get confused. The deck numbers here, you'll basically have to repeat this process for all the decks, and to map it you'll have to click the deck button, then map the slicer button again, and map the pads individually as well. It's quite a time consuming process to add this feature, because you're having to do 8 pads on 4 decks, so 32 pads in total. So once you've mapped the first 4 pads, it's pretty much just a repeat process. Just click add, Keyshift, learn, and 5. Make sure learn's on. Press pad number 5 and it'll add it. Then you do have the next deck, so you click add again, Keyshift. Make sure you do the shift mode first again. You won't be able to get into the mode to map them. Change that to deck 2. That's quite an important step, or you'll end up with all the pads controlling one deck, which is not ideal. So press the slicer button here, that'll get the code to get you into Keyshift mode on the second deck. Then go add Keyshift pad mode pad 1 again, and then just repeat that process for all 8 pads on this deck. Then go on to deck 3 and 4. So move to deck. Make sure you take learn off when you press any other buttons apart from the ones you want to map, or it will try and remap the wrong buttons. Then go add, and then you need to make sure you do this Keyshift mode every time you go to the new deck, because the button won't trigger the mode otherwise. So make sure you're in slicer mode. That'll then click learn, then get to learn the button. It's done that. And then you can start, once you've, I need to change that to deck 3, that's what we're on. Then once you've done that, you can start adding the pads again. So pad 1, That's it, learned that. And repeat that for pads 1 to 8 on deck 3 and 4. Then once you've done that, it'll look something like this, or the Keyshift section it's very long. I have Keyshift pad 1, decks 1 to 4, and for all the pads up to 8, decks 1 to 4. And the Keyshift mode, make sure you've got 4 Keyshift modes for each deck to get you into the Keyshift mode, or you won't be able to get into it. You need to do that first anyway to get the maps done properly, so you shouldn't be at a stage where you don't have that. Then once you've mapped it all, you should be able to press the slicer button, and instead of triggering the slicer, it'll trigger the pads for the Keyshift, and it'll light up depending on what you've got. If you've got an SX to the measurement, it'll just be blue on all the pads with one flashing. On the SZ it's orange and a white flashing one for the amount of for the 0, and then the one that flashes is how much you're shifting it by. So this is how it works on the computer, these pads, and it's on deck 4 as well, but I've nothing loaded, so that's why it's not that. Slicer mode on 1, you've got to, sometimes you'll have to restart the controller for it to come up orange straight away, or just load a track. It seems to turn orange as soon as you load a track. I think it must be because it needs to know the keys to start with. But that's how you map the Keyshift. It's not very hard, it's one of the easier ones because you can actually do it within Rekordbox. With the stock mapping software, you don't have to modify the MIDI files or anything. So that's pretty much it. If you've got any questions, just put them in the comments, or if you've got any said and you want me to just send you the files, you don't have to go through all of the mapping. That's fine.